Hi there folks, welcome back to Rich Review. So it's been a while since I reviewed a documentary on this channel, and in the latest of the documentaries I like to review for you guys here now, and this comes from Hulu, and this is Kid 90. This is directed by Soleil Moon Frye, who at the age of 8 got the role of Punky Brewster. And what do you know, Punky Brewster is being brought back in a new series that stars Soleil Moon Frye. And this happens to be executive produced by Leonardo DiCaprio, who was also a kid star back in the late 80s and early 90s before transitioning to becoming a major movie star. This documentary comprises of Soleil Moon Frye's video recordings that she did when she was in her teenage years, her messaging machine recordings, and her diaries. Now, I never had a diary, nor do I ever say my video messages. Apparently my mother does have a whole bunch of videotapes, or she may have saved them on, some DVDs, but I have never had a desire to revisit those, and I know that we as a society seem to be nostalgic for anything that's 20 years in the past. Now, I'm going to say something reasonably charitable towards this documentary. There was something back that he did when he did, obviously, entertainment stuff. There's a show called The E! True Hollywood Story. This reminds me of that, although this is now 70 minutes long. That tells how Soleil Moon Frye became that child star in the 1980s, and she had that circle of friends that would include Paul Gosselaar, Sarah Gilbert, Brian Austin Green, Balthazar Getty, and I think only really one woman here is interviewed other than Soleil Moon Frye, who obviously does directing duties. She basically does sort of ask that question, why did I not see the darkness in my friends at the current time? Well, maybe because you were a child and you're supposed to not see that stuff. Now, no child is wise enough to come to realize that, or maybe the fact that she was asking that sort of questions now helped her avoid the fate of many of her child star companions, because some of them, like Jonathan Brandis, like Stephen Dorff's brother, all had tragic fates fall upon them, or some, Charlie Sheen for a while was a major star, then of course went back to television, and then sort of sadly self-destructed, and then has sort of tried to find his way back. Paul Gosselaar, obviously David Arquette, and again, a lot of these people did use drugs. And she was fairly open on a talk show circuit about, hey look, I had breast reduction at the age of 15. Yes, quite frankly, to be known as Punky Boobster, okay, that's not all that great. And obviously because you're gaining roles because of your chest, like, say in Wonder Years, clearly, yes, that's not all that great. And the one thing that is never also brought up is the increasing professionalism of child actors in the 1990s. Obviously, outside of one line by Paul Gosselaar, there was a discussion about the fact that these kids were auditioning for the same roles against each other. Some of these people, as I said, sort of left the business or had sad lives afterwards. I mean, hey look, Brian Austin Green, I never watched Beverly Hills 90210. I mean, is it my fault that you married Megan Fox? Although, who wouldn't want to marry Megan Fox? Yes, it's interesting to see a lot of those home videos. I would probably cringe if I saw those home videos myself when I was a kid. And then, there's nothing really discussing her post-1990s. She did some other film roles that, quite frankly, no one should really bother to watch. She was on Sabrina the Teenage Witch in a recurring role. Again, she looks amazing for her age, and it sucks to know that she has to go back to being Punky Brewster. A lot of child actors don't look all that great. Elizabeth Berkley does for her age. She also goes to Oklahoma to visit one of her friends that she dated. He was in a band. I never heard of this band, but he certainly comes off well adjusted. So in the end, folks, what I'm going to say about Kid 90, I am amazing enough. I'm going to give this a Netflix ranking because it's like, if you are interested in this time period, please seek this thing out. Otherwise, everyone else should need not apply. Folks, Kid 90, have you seen this? What do you think? Please put everything in the comment box here below here, folks. As always, folks, like, comment, subscribe. Enrich yourself with knowledge. I'll see you next time, folks. Yes, hooray.